Good morning again, class. We are now down to the
Morning.
last part of the module. Supposed to be this is weeks 1 to 2, but we extended it until weeks 3 to 4, right? We will move now to pulmonary circulation. The flow of blood between the heart and the lungs is known as pulmonary circulation. I already given you also the illustration or the diagram of this pulmonary circulation, in which oxygen pour or carbaminohemoglobin from the heart is carried by the pulmonary arteries to the lungs, where it releases carbon dioxide in exchange of oxygen, or it absorbs oxygen. It releases carbon dioxide to the lungs and it replenishes it with oxygen. Okay. The oxygen-rich blood or oxyhemoglobin is then carried back to the heart by the pulmonary veins. And this is the point where the blood enters now in your left atrium. Pulmonary circulation begins when oxygen-poor blood or carbaminohemoglobin from various parts of the body enters the right atrium. So it will actually start when the blood enters in the right atrium through superior and inferior vena cava. Okay. From the right atrium, blood flows in the right ventricle through tricuspid valve because it will pass through a tricuspid valve going to. As the right ventricle contracts, the tricuspid valve closes, preventing backflow. Remember that your valves, again, is a one-way valve. It prevents backflow. What could be the problem if there is no valve there or the valve is leaking? Tendency is there is backflow, and tendency is it might be poisonous or toxic to the human body because the blood there is carrying carbon dioxide. It should be eliminated. That's the byproduct of respiration. Okay. Later on, we'll be discussing about respiration, and you will know why do we need to eliminate carbon dioxide. Okay. Blood from the right ventricle flows into the pulmonary artery through a semilunar valve called pulmonary valve. The semilunar valve prevents the blood from backflowing again to the right ventricle. Okay. Systemic circulation. The flow of blood around the body is called systemic circulation. Okay. It is going to the all systems of the body, in which oxygen-rich or oxyhemoglobin from the left side of the heart, because the left side of the heart is carrying oxyhemoglobin, the right side is carrying carbaminohemoglobin. Okay. Left side of the heart is carried by the arteries to the various parts of the body, except for the lungs, because the lungs has its own what? Veins and arteries. Okay. Oxygen poor blood or carbaminohemoglobin from various parts of the body is carried by the veins back to the right side of the heart. Okay. So after the blood circulates into all parts of the body, it will return back to the heart, and the pulmonary circulation will repeat again and again. Systemic circulation begins when oxygen-rich or oxyhemoglobin blood from the lungs enters their left atrium through what? What is the passageway of blood going to the left atrium? Pulmonary? Everybody? Through pulmonary veins. Okay? It will pass through pulmonary veins going to the left atrium because the blood there is oxygenated or oxygen-rich or oxyhemoglobin. As the left atrium relaxes, blood flows into the left ventricle through a valve. It is called the bicuspid valve or the mitral valve. From the left ventricle, blood flows into aorta. Okay, it will go or it will be pumped by the left ventricle to the aorta via aortic valve, another semilunar valve. Okay, which keeps the blood from backflowing again to the left ventricle. Okay, The aorta branches into arteries, which also branches into arterioles, and the arterioles meet to the capillaries, where oxygen is exchanged to carbon dioxide. And the cycle repeats again and again. Okay? Take note that your systemic circulation and your pulmonary circulation is actually moving in a simultaneous manner. They're moving simultaneously. And they will not stop even you are sleeping. Tendency is if the heart stops beating, there is no blood circulation and your brain needs a lot of oxygen. So you'll be what? Into a state of coma, if in case. That's the reason. That's the importance of heart. Do you have any questions so far?
No, sir.
Questions? Please raise it
None.
directly. AJ,
None,
Kurt,
sir.
Therese, Jillian,
None,
EM,
none, sir.
all right, EM, Hillary, Janine,
None.
okay. All right, I prepared something for you. What I want you to do now is I want you to go to your LMS. Okay, please go to your LMS and do activity number 5, which is the higher order thinking skills. Okay. Again, I want you to go to your LMS and answer activity number 5, which is higher order thinking skills. Please do it now, right? If you have questions, please raise it directly to me or raise it in our GC, right? You still have a lot of time. Please do it now. Do not wait for tomorrow, right? Because I'll be checking also that one. Questions so far?
None, sir.
All right. Rabi, the list. Please give the list to me later. I
Okay,
think that is
sir.
all for today, class. Thank you for your participation. Again, if you have questions, please raise it directly. Because this lesson is connected to the next lesson. Okay, I want you to understand it more in order for us also to move further with the next lesson. The next lesson is quite quite complicated and there are a lot of terminologies there. Okay, don't worry, I'll be helping you out with the lesson. Right? I think that is all for today, class. Thank you for your participation. Please do activity number 5, the higher order thinking skills questions. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care, mga anak. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,